Hello my friends, this is Alien Contactee Linol Anderson here with you guys with a brand new YouTube BitChute video. In today's video, as you can see by the title, I got a message for you guys, a Pleiadian message, okay? And it is regarding humans and this DNA activation ascension process that we're going through, and how humans who are on the 5D higher timeline are actually going to begin to develop superpowers, believe it or not. That's right. Those superhero movies weren't all just fantasy. Oh, they're trying to tell you something, predictive programming, right? And also, we're going to become immortal. So we're going to be able to, pretty much not die and do things that we can't do now. And I plan to show you guys in this video some evidence of that. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about today. So let's just get right into it. But before we do, I just wanted to let you guys know, all my followers here, that I am on X, and I want to get more followers on my X account. So please follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, if you are on that website. So it's x.com/Linol Anderson, Linol is how I spell the name. And hey, the link is down below in the description if you can't remember that. So please give me a follow. Also like and subscribe to this video. And now let's just get right into it. So with today's video, it's going to be a much more positive video. I know recently we've been talking about a lot what's going on in the elections and exposing all these dark agendas that are being played out by the reptilians and the negative AI and whatnot. But there is hope, and I want people to know that there is hope out there. And that's why I was divinely guided to share this message with you guys today by the Pleiadians themselves. That's right, I did a channeling, and I've received a lot of downloads of information, and they've revealed to me what we can expect going forward into the future with this whole ascension timeline situation that we found ourselves in. But to truly understand what's going on, you gotta understand how we got here, all right? So pretty much what's going on is we are at the end of this current cycle. That's right, we are within a matrix simulation. We are spirit beings within this simulation, that's right, and it has been hijacked by very dark, evil forces, okay? Things used to be much better here in this realm. We were higher dimensional beings. We were eternal beings. There wasn't the kind of evils and things that we have now, okay? Things definitely got hijacked by an ancient AI force that some people refer to as the Demiurge, okay? It's an astral AI, and also it's the reptilians and other archonic dark force entities, okay? They hijacked our realm, and they pretty much changed everything up and inverted things and altered our DNA. And the end goal to pretty much harvest us, okay? To harvest our low vibrational suffering energy. It made things much more physical and dense. And it pretty much, at the end of the day, introduced concepts like death to us and aging and all these things that we believe here in this realm, okay? But what if I were to tell you that the only reason these things happen to us is because we believe that they happen? That's right, perception, my friends, is everything. And these negative dark force entities have indeed hijacked our perception. Never forget that we ourselves are divine creator beings, okay? Straight from Source Creator itself, in which we broke off from Source into separate spirits or souls to go out and have experiences. But we are all divine creator beings. That's why we can manifest our own reality, and that's what they are terrified and frightened of, okay? So they have hijacked our perceptions to mold our beliefs on what reality is, okay? And there's evidence behind this that we are these creator beings. It's called the placebo effect, okay? So I wanted to show you this clip of this guy talking about the placebo effect. Take a look.
There's all kinds of evidence that we seem to respond more to the models of reality in our head than out there. There's a study of a new chemotherapy in England where they took a group of cancer patients. Half the patients they gave the drug, half the patients they gave a placebo, a fake. No one knew who was receiving the real drug or not. They told all the patients this is a very toxic drug, may cause you to lose your hair. 30% of the people receiving just the fake lost their hair. And when I first heard this, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, about every donut that I'd ever eaten in my life, and thought, oh, this is really bad for me. That I may be responding to the model of reality more than you know, the nutritional aspects of the donut. In the holographic universe, I give an example of a psychologist who did a study where he took soldiers and marched them all the same distance. He marched them all 20 miles, but told some they marched 10, some they marched 20, some they marched 30. But they all marched the same distance. At the end, he took physiological readings and discovered that physiologically, they responded not to the actual mileage that they had marched, but to what they had been told, the model of reality in their heads.
There you go, my friends. Very interesting, wouldn't you say? And, you know, I've heard of even other stories about people who went into the doctor, okay, were told that they only had 1 year left to live because they have cancer, or something like that. Maybe it was 6 months. Anyways, they end up dying in that 6 months or the 1 year, okay? And later on, they find out that those test results were false. It was a misdiagnosis. The person didn't even have cancer, but yet they still died. That's how powerful we are. That and the examples in the video, that goes to show you that we are these creator beings, and what we believe can manifest as reality. So, with that being said, with these dark beings taking control of our perception, specifically this ancient AI force, as I said, known as the Demiurge, but also known as Saturn. That's right, it's connected to Saturn. That is this ancient AI force, okay? And funny, because Saturn is also known as the god of time. Take a look. There you go. Of course, it said Kronos there as well, and the Greek god Kronos is also related with Saturn, okay? And that introduced the concept of time to us. Before, we were timeless beings, right? Well, this is how we age, my friends, because we believe in time. Matter of fact, did you know that the Happy Birthday song is a ritual to age you? The whole concept of celebrating birthdays is definitely an NWO reptilian AI conspiracy to age you. Take a look at this.
You might not want to sing the Happy Birthday song anymore. Have you ever wondered where the Happy Birthday song originated from or why we sing it? Isn't it strange that during birthday celebrations, candles are lit, lights are turned off, and everyone gets into a circle to chant happy birthday to you like a witch's ritual? Historical records suggest that in ancient times, humans lived remarkably lengthy lives. Yet in our supposedly advanced era, lifespans appear to be on the decline. Legend has it that the Happy Birthday song was actually created as a curse by fallen angels to hide a ritual that seals your fate to grow older, controlling the population and controlling human civilization. Many believe that each time this ritual is performed, it accelerates the aging process and shortens your lifespan. This so-called happy song is ingrained in the minds of children from an early age, tricking them into participating in this ritual. So the next time a birthday celebration is coming up, remember that this is the reason why.
There you go, my friends. Isn't that interesting? And hey, even good old Prince, you know the musician Prince? Oh, he was very awake, and he knew this. Let's take a look and see what Prince had to say.
We came here not knowing that we were going to die. Somebody told us that. And if we never knew we were going to die, we wouldn't celebrate a birthday, because
But isn't it nice to celebrate the day you was born?
I'll celebrate the day I die.
Because you're going to move on to the next path in life.
Yes.
Who influenced?
Both, for example, you had how many birthdays?
Me? What do you think?
Well, I know that you had one birthday.
Yeah.
You were born
Yeah.
on a certain day.
Absolutely.
You had no more birthdays after that. So I don't celebrate birthdays, so that stops me from counting days, which stops me from counting time, which allows me to still look the same as I did 10 years ago, just like that lady said.
There you go. No wonder why they offed him. Don't you think, my friends? There's a lot of suspicious things with the way he went. He was speaking out a lot against the powers that be. Let's just put it that way. But I want to show you all that stuff, my friends, just to show you how our perception, okay, is everything. And we've been told and brainwashed and indoctrinated since birth to believe in all these things. And that is how we are manifesting this reality that's so dark and gloomy, because it's in control of the dark ones. They're controlling our perceptions. Okay? But the good news here is as we move on into the future, okay, like I said, we're at the end of the cycle right now, and that comes with this ascension event. Okay, there is an ascension event with a group of people who are on their highest timeline, who are learning this information and figuring all this stuff out. And we are getting activated by the sun itself, okay, that's sending these high vibrational frequencies down at us, and it's activating our dormant DNA. Now, this isn't happening to everyone. There is a de-ascension event going on as well. People are either becoming the best versions of themselves, going on the 5D timeline, or people are descending and going down this very negative 3D timeline. And I invite you guys to stay tuned to the end of the video, because I'm going to have a really good video presentation of some lady who really explains this 3D, 5D timeline split that's going to occur. So stay tuned to the end of the video so you could hear about that and how you could go on that 5D timeline. But with that being said, as this all plays out, the people who do these proper things to get on that 5D timeline, we are the ones who are having our dormant DNA activated. And we are going to start going through changes that's going to allow us to start shaping our own reality and ultimately leaving this matrix and stepping back into that higher dimensional spirit being that we are and where we truly come from. Okay? So I have a video to show you of a guy talking about this DNA activation. Okay? So I'm going to show you guys that, but before I do, just wanted to give a quick shout out to my sponsors down at OWELI. I truly believe that being in healthy physical shape is key to going on this positive timeline. So stuff like mushrooms, my friends. These are organic medicinal mushrooms, not the psychedelic kind, but stuff like lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps. This actually has over 10 kinds of mushrooms. It's very good for the health, very good for the third eye, all those kind of things. It gives you energy, boosts your immune system, detoxification, all that. So definitely look into OWELI's 10 shrooms mushrooms. The link is down below in the description. Okay, use my link and you'll also get a coupon code for 15% off and free shipping in the United States. Definitely look into it. Also, their sea moss is fantastic. It's got over 100 minerals in it. Actually, it's got all the minerals in it, okay? Great for detoxification, high in iodine, which detoxes your third eye. Links will be down below in the description. Definitely check that out, my friends. Okay, so now to this video of this guy talking about the DNA activation. Let's take a look.
Some people have DNA and some people have DEA. But as you go back in time, we used to have DEA with 12 strands. A lot of people don't understand the ascension process. The physical world is changing, but not only that, the inner world as well, within you, is changing and evolving. This is what our DNA looked like. For thousands of years, we always had 2-strand DNA. This ascension process is also evolution. We are going from a 2 DNA strand to a third one. This is what the energy is doing on our planet. This hasn't happened in thousands of years, and we are all doing this as a collective, increasing the energy on the planet. Now this is the secret. Your brain and the earth beat at the same frequency. Now we have the Kundalini energy rising on the planet. You must keep up with the frequency of the collective. And this is very important, you guys, listen up. As the temperature is increasing on our planet, the Earth is vibrating higher with a higher frequency. Now remember, the Earth frequency is going up, and it beat at the same frequency as the heart. 99% of the people on the planet, heart is beating faster than it have ever did before. And that is because your heart rate is calibrated with the new Earth frequency. So they are giving everybody high blood pressure medicine, which will slow down the rate of your heart. But you need your heart pumping fast and strong with this new energy that's on our planet. It's important you guys stay away from the pharmacies this year. Spread the message. Peace and ashe, guys.
There you go. And I just wanted to state, he said at the end there, stay away from pharmacies. And although I'm a big believer, obviously, in the natural solutions, I just want to say that is not medical advice, because some people have specific conditions and that could be life-threatening to, you know. I'm not a doctor, he's not a doctor, and I just had to put that out there. Obviously, natural solutions are always the best, but always talk to your doctor first, and yeah, just had to say that, okay? Sometimes medication could be necessary for certain problems. Anyways, back to the video. Interesting what he was saying, anyways, about how, yes, we are activating this 12th strand. We're going back into crystalline bodies, my friends. All right? Very interesting. And as this process happens, we're going to be stepping in to, as I said in the video, these superpowers. Okay? This is what the Pleiadians were telling me, that we're literally going to get these superpowers and become immortal. That's because we are awakening and we are realizing that we are eternal beings, so why do we need to die? That's just been a lie that's been told to us, okay? So what other kind of things are going to start happening to us? Well, what if I told you that you're not even going to have to eat anymore, okay? A lot of people are so scared about the future because we see all the crazy things happening in the world, and a lot of people are worried, you know, like, if you look throughout history, there's been famines and there's a lot of talk about food shortages and whatnot. If a massive event happens and you don't have food and water, like, you worry, what if I'm going to starve to death? What if I'm going to, like, not have water, right? That's a major concern. People are prepping for it, which I still recommend to do. It's still nice to have. I prepare and have stuff just in case any of these things as well. But the cool thing is as we move forward with the ascension event, and let's say the worst case scenario does happen and you do run out of food or water, well, if you're on that ascension timeline, remember, you only have to eat because you believe you have to eat. You only have to drink because you believe you have to drink. So if you could actually convince yourself to the reality of this situation that you don't need those things, which is very hard to do. That's why many people, even if they think that and they try that, they end up dying anyways. But if you can master it, and as your DNA starts activating, you may be able to not even have to eat or drink. And it's pretty cool because there is a lady already, and I don't even think she's going through the ascension process. I could be wrong, I can't judge. But there is a woman on Earth right now who hasn't eaten anything or drinking anything in 16 years, okay? I want to show you the video of this, okay? Check this out.
This woman in Ethiopia hasn't eaten in 16 years. Not a single piece of food or a sip of water. Doctors in Dubai examine her body and confirm there are no traces of food in her stomach. But somehow, this 26-year-old remains healthy. Is it true you haven't eaten in 15 years?
Yes, it's true.
I'm going to track her down in the countryside of Ethiopia to find out if she is a superwoman or a straight-up liar. Hard-hitting questions. I came here because I heard that you haven't eaten in 13 years or 15 years. Is it true?
Yes, it's true. I haven't eaten for the last 16 years.
Was there a moment in time where you just ate and then you said, I'm tired of eating, I'm done? Or is it a medical condition?
It was one morning that I used to live with my family and they asked me, eat breakfast and go to school. She said, I had eaten, but she was pretending she had eaten. She never ate. She lost appetite and for water or for any food.
Have you seen a professional doctor about your condition? And if you have, what have they told you?
Yes, I have seen a doctor abroad, and they have tested me for a week, and they even questioned my mental status. They think that I was crazy, but I'm intact. She said I was pregnant to her, and they have to give a lot of glucose for the baby.
Did you breastfeed your child?
There was no breast as much.
No breast milk. She did not breastfeed. You seem to have a lot of energy. Where is the energy coming from if you're not eating anything?
I don't even know. It's a nature. Don't question.
Is it an act of God, or is it just random?
This is what I believe. It's a work of God. What else could be?
There you go. So, as she could say, it must be God, right? Well, do you know what it is? It's you. You are God. And that's the thing. It's your own spirit source, that divine essence within you, that has enabled you to not have it. Like you said, one day you just didn't feel like it anymore, and you truly don't believe that you have to do it anymore. And there you go, 16 years, and she's been to doctors and whatnot. She swears by it. I'll actually leave a link to that full video down below in the comment section, or in the description, I should say. So if you guys want to see the full thing, you'll see. But pretty much, the guy pretty much says he believes her. I'm pretty sure that, you know, it looks like she hasn't eaten or drinking anything in 16 years. That's wild, right? But it's because she believes it, okay? And that is the key. There's also evidence to show that we used to be what's called breatharians. We lived off the air, and some people do that now and are breatharians. I want to show you another clip of the great Santos Bonacci, okay? And he is talking about breatharians and also about this, I believe he's kind of talking about this ascension process, or this resurrection, you could say, of who we truly are. So take a look.
One must prepare the body. The body will not receive any kind of decent, good vibration or spirit if it is not prepared, if it is not poisoned by acids. And we're going to talk about that, how to alkalize the body. The breathing is so important. Proper breathing alkalizes the body. And it can prevent things like obesity and all sorts of things. Breathing, proper breathing. That's why the breath is so important. That's why many people have become breatharians over many, many years. And to research some breatharians, I'd be going with Hira Ratan Manek, who teaches solar gazing. He's an Indian guy. And another guy from England called Genesis Sunfire, or Jericho Sunfire. Check it out on YouTube. He's got a lot to say about breatharianism. The breath is the Holy Spirit. Jericho Sunfire. Or there's one called Genesis Sunfire, and it's an interview from Italy. Put that in YouTube and you should get it. The skull is the cup of life and contains the essence of life, and we find much information in ancient writings relative to it. The Ha'idra Rabba Kadisha, or the Greater Holy Assembly, we find many statements. In fact, the entire work deals ultimately with it. From it, the following have been selected as examples. Therefore he carved out, that is, hollowed out, a space which he might flow in, meaning that the Creator formed the skull, a bowl in which precipitated spirit might accumulate, thus creating the cerebrum, or high brain. Remember, the cerebellum is the low brain. We'll get to that in the next chapter. Again, the absolute desire within himself to create the essence of light. The word essence is derived from the Latin verb esse. Esse, to be. In fact, essere is to be in modern Italian. And you get essence from esse. Therefore, essence means the substance of being, or the material necessary for existence. Light means life and also spirit. For the latter produces both light and life. A deficiency in any of these means deficiency in all. The great majority of people in the world have sufficient spirit to keep them going for only a few years. Spirit or father works with mother or material. One must equal the other for perfection to exist. In chapter 4 we read concerning the dew or moisture of the brain of the Ancient One, or macroprosophis. Always struggle with that. Macroprosophis. And from the skull distilleth the dew upon him which is external, and filleth his head daily. See, it's in our holy literature. It's in the Bible. The dew of Aaron on the head. Ooh, how it feels good. One of the Psalms. Oh yeah, it's the dew. And from that dew which floweth down from his head, the dead are raised up in the world to come. That's the dead corpuscles. The dead that will be resurrected is not the physical dead that are in tombs. That's what churchgoers believe. It's us awakening. And how do we awake that? By changing the chemistry in our bodies and awakening the cells from animal cells to human cells. You change them chemically.
There you go, my friends. Very interesting, wouldn't you say? Be resurrected. And that, to me, that means like activated, to return to who we truly are. That's what those Bible scriptures are talking about with this resurrection stuff. Yeah, it's truly amazing. So I do believe that these are the kind of things that are going to happen, my friends. All right, so yeah, you're not going to need to eat anything. You're not going to die. You're truly going to manifest what you believe as reality. And as you start going to that 5D timeline, anything is possible, okay? Because you are the divine creator, or essence of that, right? A little fractal of that that's split off and is experiencing separation, but you still have the ability to create your own reality. Oh yeah. So I've made other videos talking about how we're going to turn into giants, literally. Link to that is down below in the description as well. A lot of evidence to point towards that happening. So definitely check that out. People are going to gain more psychic abilities, telekinesis. They'll probably be able to fly if they want. It's just going to be incredible, the things that humans are going to be able to do. Like, you name it, you can do it, because you're going to create that reality. And like I said, this is where the concept of these superhero movies come from and everything like that. It's predictive programming, showing there is going to be a certain class of people who are going to be able to do these things. Okay? And I know it seems wild, it seems crazy, but my friends, if you think that it's not possible, if you're sitting here thinking, oh, Lionel's lost his mind, this guy, he's nuts, he's crazy, well, and that just shows you're not going to be one of these people who are going to make it down that timeline, and you're not going to be one of those people who are going to be able to do any of these things, because your perception is limited, and it has cut off all possibility of these things happening. Me, I know that I'm not going to age. Already when people look at me, they can't believe how old I am. They say, how old am I? And I say, well, I'm 32. And they're like, whoa, you don't look 32. I'm like, yeah, I decided to stop aging. That's why. I'm going to age one more year, I think. But after that, I think I'm done. I like the way I look now. I think I'm going to stay at where I am now, okay? Why? Because I truly believe that, okay? I'm not quite yet at the point I don't need to eat or drink anything, but I'll get there someday. I'm convinced, because I know I'm going down that 5D timeline, okay? All coming in through the sun. There's people all around the world right now, millions of people, who are having these Kundalini activations of their life force energy that's been laying dormant down at their root chakra, right, for thousands of years now. And now, due to these energies coming in, the sun, whatnot, and people opening their minds to deeper truths, they're being activated. That energy is releasing from the root to the higher chakras. And the goal here is to integrate this energy and open all the chakras, even the ones on the bottom as well. Okay, don't forget, you got to be big on grounding too. You got to ground your energy. If you got too much energy going up there, you're going to be unbalanced. And like I said, all the chakras need to activate. Okay, so don't forget about grounding in the lower chakras as well. But the Kundalini will literally go through every chakra, undo the blockages. It's happened to me. It's a beautiful experience. It could be quite terrifying experience, though, not gonna lie, if you weren't ready for it. So that's why you got to be careful with these things. If you have blockages in your chakra systems, if your Kundalini releases and you weren't expecting it, you could go into psychosis. I'm not gonna sugarcoat things, because you get the energy trapped in your head. It could be a very destructive force. I did go through that. That's how mine happened. It was spontaneous, and I lost my mind for quite a long time. I'm not even going to lie about that. It's pretty all over the place for about a year. It originally happened in 2018. But I integrated it. I did my research. I figured things out. Now it's been a beautiful experience having this happen. Yes, there's been challenges, but it's a healing process, and it puts you down that timeline of totally healing yourself. If you're unhealed, it's going to be a horrible experience. So heal yourself on every aspect. All your past traumas, all the things that unhealthy lifestyle choices, all these kind of things. It all needs to be healed, and the Kundalini will force a person to heal all that stuff. But as you do this, you're going down that higher timeline, because you're not going to go into this ascension process if you haven't healed yourself. You're going to descend. You're going to spiral out of control. And ultimately, those who go down that descension process, when the reset happens, I call it the Great Matrix Reset, with the Nibiru event and the Phoenix and all that, they're going to ultimately pass on or be connected to this AI. Okay, they're making the new simulation. I've covered that in extenso on my channel here. But they're pretty much going to be recycled into the new simulation and the new Earth that's forming. And what I'm talking here ain't about the new Earth. I believe that's part of the New Age psyop. We don't want to go to the new Earth. That's where the descension people are going to, is the new Earth. No. We're going back to where we came from originally. And it goes beyond Earth, my friends. It goes to the higher dimensions, or the original realm, whatever you want to call it. Earth is a construct of the demiurge AI and whatnot. Okay, Earth literally means Enki's realm or something like that. It stands for Ea, that's Enki, okay, Enki's world. I forget, I did a video on that a long time ago, but you don't want Earth, you want beyond Earth. And it's not new, it's the original place we come from, okay, the original 5D and beyond realm, okay. So that's what you got to do, my friends. My advice, if you haven't had the full-blown activation yet, work towards healing yourself, balancing your chakras, doing the research that's necessary, and healing yourself on every aspect, and then it's eventually going to happen for you if you truly are going down that timeline. The Kundalini will release when it's ready and special for you if you're one of those people who are going down that path. So I got a video now that will go deeper into this 3D, 5D event that's going to happen, how it's all going to take place. So I'm going to show it to you guys, and it is a 20-minute long video. I just took a little section of it for you guys to see, but if you want the link to the full 20-minute video, that again will be down below in the description. I know I got a lot of links for you guys, and some more links. I just want to let you guys know that I am on Patreon. Okay, so if you want to join me on Patreon for exclusive content that you don't get anywhere else, we got the Ascend 5D class, the health class, occult class. A link to that will be down below. Those bastards down there at Apple, if you join through the app, they raise the prices. There's been a lot of outrage over that, that Apple's raising the prices like that. So my advice is, if you want to join, don't join through the app. Join on a computer. Or if you have a phone like an Android, then that's fine. It's just the Apple Store that's increased the prices. Okay, so join on something else other than the app. Okay, because those Apple guys are greedy. So you can check me out on Patreon. All right. I'm also on the website Buy Me a Coffee. If you'd rather just buy me a coffee for my efforts, the support is greatly appreciated, and I will even send you some free Patreon videos to your email as a thank you, because your support means the world to me, helps me to continue doing what I do. But most of all, I just want to hear your guys' comments, hear what you guys have to say, so leave a comment down below, and let's take a look at that one last video that talks about this 3D, 5D split. There you go.
Another way of saying all of this is that the lower timeline is fueled by the karma of the unlearned lessons and the unlearned curriculum within this age that will naturally create judgment and fear and division. Whereas the higher timeline is going to naturally be one that carries the open-endedness of Dharma, the force that's going to allow us to continuously stay open to whatever challenges and whatever lessons we need to learn, because we are always going to be incorporating them into our awareness and incorporating them into our life. When we do that, we continuously evolve. And that's what the esoteric meaning behind the regenerative stream of consciousness, which is ascending, and the degenerative stream of consciousness, which is descending, is really about. In the evolutionary stream of consciousness, we can naturally regenerate ourselves, which is why it ends up leading to a golden age, one that is of complete regeneration. Whereas the descending timeline, our consciousness prematurely calcifies. It calcifies our consciousness because we have stopped growing. And when we stop evolving, we calcify. So it's a degenerative stream because it cannot become more conscious. It cannot continue its growth. It calcifies. So the ascending timeline is one that is going to reflect back to us the lessons and the curriculum that will most be suitable for our level of awareness. And they're going to be one that embodies naturally more sovereignty, because the more that a being raises their frequency and becomes more conscious, they are raising their vibration into love. And love reflects to us through the act of freedom. So freedom, consciousness, and love are all different forms of the same expression. Whereas when it comes to the degenerative timeline, or the descending timeline, that one represents the embodiment of fear. And with fear, what you have is the lower frequency curriculum. So the key features in the lower timeline are ones that are ruled by the main expression of fear, which is control and division. Control, division, and fear are all representative of unconsciousness. So what this really boils down to is two timelines, and the timeline split is between consciousness and love and fear and unconsciousness. With these two timelines, we have the option to always transition and always choose to embody more consciousness and to embody more awareness, and therefore unity, and therefore love. And that is what this time period is teaching us. We are in the middle of this timeline split, where these two realms of the third dimensional Earth and the fifth dimensional Earth are still interacting with one another, and they will continue to interact and to engage with one another, and to even look like they are coexisting inside the same realm. When in reality, we are at a massive choice point. We are in two worlds at once, and we cannot tell the difference because we are not at that full timeline split yet. we are in different realms of Earth. And within these different realms, now we have our own personal curriculum. And within our own personal curriculum, it is looking as though that we are on one solid Earth with all other people who are on the same exact timeline, when in reality, we are pulling all of our vibrational momentum in one direction, which is love and consciousness, which is represented by the fifth dimensional timeline. As we are at the very same time experiencing the world around us, pulling its consciousness deeper into division, deeper into separation and unconsciousness. When these two worlds fully pull into their own vibrational realms, that is when we will see the completion of this timeline split. And it won't even be in front of our very eyes, because the universe has brilliant editing software. All we will see with our physical eyes is the continuous strip of film, the movie of Earth, go into different plots and go into different storylines, where all of a sudden we drift further apart from our environment, further apart from the people who are no longer a frequency matched to us, further apart from a collective that is no longer a frequency matched to us. There will be different storylines as to why this occurred, but we won't actually see the split. Instead, we will see the journey of the choices we made. And the really cool thing is, the more you use your free will to make radical changes and empowered choices, your free will becomes a conduit to the higher order of this universe, the fifth dimensional timeline. And the higher order of this universe is expressed as synchronicity, which aligns things to make it look like it was fate all along.